This is our first step in making a visual journal with Mrs. So today, what we are going to be doing is organizing our visual journal. As I told you guys in the first video, some of you guys are joining us from social media, and some of you are actually my students in class. So if you're a student in class, you know that we have been decorating our pages. So the pages that I'm using in this example are blank sheets of copy paper. If you are a student and you are looking at your pages, and some of them are drawing paper size, some of them are copy paper size, and they're all decorated. Whatever is not 8.5 by 11, if you will cut it down to be 8.5 by 11. Everybody else, grab your copy paper that is already 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to show you how to organize a basic book. So when you take your page of 8.5 by 11, you will fold them in half. So this is a stack of 5 pages, but you guys all know how to fold paper in half because you've graduated from elementary school probably. So you take a sheet of copy paper, line it up really well, and fold it in half. It helps if you fold each page individually instead of taking a whole group and folding it at once. I've already done that, so my instructions are a little simpler. So what you're going to do for organizing your visual journal is you are going to fold a bunch of pages, 25 pages. So feel free to pause this video as you do your folding and meet back up with us. Once you've folded 25 pages, I want you to group them. I call them nesting because they're all stacked together. Group them where you have 5 pages in a nest, okay? Pages in bookmaking are called signatures. Signatures of a book. So I've taken 5 pages and I've stacked them together, okay? Nice and organized. And I fold it really well. So you have 25 pages of copy paper. When you nest 5 of them together, you will end up with 5 stacks of 5. Because 25 divided by 5 is? That's right, people, 5. When you have that done, you will then number them very lightly in pencil so that you have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, stack 4, stack 5, okay? I like to then organize them with 1 on top. So I have my 5 stacks of 5 nicely folded. Everybody good so far? So far, so good? Okay. What we're going to do next is we have our nice little stack. We are then going to do some measurements. We want to make sure that we have our holes lined up for where we are going to sew. So what you will do after that is you will take a ruler, a handy dandy ruler. Hopefully you have a ruler at home. If you're in my class, I would like you to use a ruler. If you're just doing it at home, evenly spacing 4 marks is okay. What you want to do is you want to line up your ruler, if you have one, so that 0 is at the end of your books and 8.5 is at the other end where your numbers are. To evenly space holes, I'm going to hold it up. It's easy if you just draw on the table, but the camera angle won't allow me to kind of show you how to do that. You'll see that I already did it, but this will help. What you're going to do is make sure your ruler's lined up and you're pinching it really tight. But you want to make sure you mark all of the measurements that you need on each of your signatures on that folded area. So I'm making sure my 0 is lined up at the end. The first mark I'm going to make is at 1.5. For those of you that struggle with rulers, let me zoom in so y'all can see. 1.5 is the long line between 1 and 2. You can see because I'm holding it, mine are all crooked because I've already done it, right? But you're just going to go down and make marks with your pencil on all the folds at 1.5. Then you're going to slide over to 3 inches. 3 inches. And you're going to continue those marks down that spine or on each of the folds. It's going to end up being the spine of our book. This is where we're sewing. And then you slide down and you're looking at 5.5. That long line, if you struggle with rulers, that's between 5 and 6. Okay? You make marks. You go whoop, down. Okay? The last mark you're going to make for our last place where we're going to sew is at 7 inches. So you're going to make marks. Boop, 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 down. Okay? The last step for this video, what you're going to do, is you're going to poke these holes. When you are bookmaking, it helps if you have your holes pre-poked. pre-poking holes is super nice because it makes sewing so much easier. Get it? See the pun I did there? So much easier. Love you guys. So you can do this with a rag. You can see this is my watercolor rag that I use all the time. And just kind of fold it up so you have a bit of a cushion, okay? That way you don't poke holes in your parents' tables, or if you're an adult doing this, in your nice dining room table or wherever you're working. You're going to keep your stack nice and organized. You can see where I have stack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See the numbers? The reason you want them numbered and you want to make sure your numbers stay in a row is because you want to make sure all your holes line up really well. So you take stack 1, I've got stack 1 in my hand. I'm going to open it up from the center. So I've got all 5 pages nice and neatly stacked. Then I'm going to open it up, make sure that it stays nice and neat onto the fold. From there, I'm going to grab some type of sharp object. Hopefully you have a straight pin, a push pin, something like that at home. I have a curved needle. You could use push pins for bulletin boards, work great. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to pre-poke your holes. Where you did your marks with pencil, you're going to poke through all 4 of those holes. I just leave my pin there. Then what you're going to do, once you've got all 4 holes poked, fold it and set it to the side. But make sure you keep it in number order. So I'm going to move that out of the way so you can see. And this still says stack 1, okay? So pause if you need to. You're going to take stack 2. Open up all 5 pages, keep it nice and neat and organized, and poke 4 holes into the fold, and then refold and make sure it goes under stack 1 so you're keeping everything nice and neat. If you've pre-decorated your pages, hopefully you have made sure everything's right side up, but if you haven't, pause this video and flip through your pages, stack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and make sure you don't have anything that's upside down. Because once we sew it and it's upside down, it stays upside down. Okay? So to put things back into perspective, we are looking at stack 3. Just like we did with stack 1 and 2, we open up all 5 pages, we lay it down, and we poke our holes along the fold. We do 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and we fold it back. Okay? And then we put it with stacks 1, 2, and 3. We set it back aside. Hey, look, we got stack 4. What are we going to do? Same thing we've done. I feel like Pinky in the Brain. Open up those 5 pages, and we poke those. My students won't know who that is, but hopefully some random person out there is like, I know who Pinky in the Brain is. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Okay, take those, fold them, and make sure you stay organized. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last stack, y'all. Whoop, whoop. Last stack. Happy dance. Okay, so we take it, open it up. We've got stack 5 here with 5 pages, our last 5. 5 times 5 is 25. You're getting ready to have 25 pages ready to sew for the next video. So we go poke, poke, poke. Poke, woohoo, you just poked your last hole. We're gonna fold it and we're gonna stack them together. So you have stacks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you were in my class, this is the point where I want you to get your handy dandy phone, hello phone, and I want you to take a picture from about this angle so that I can not only see your numbers, but I can see that your holes are punched. You're going to take that photo and follow the directions on Google Classroom to submit that photo so I can get a classwork grade for you and you'll be handy dandy. If you're not in my class, I hope you enjoyed this video and get ready for the next one because we're going to start sewing with whatever you find around your house that we can sew with. Take care, y'all.